What's going on, guys? It's Isaac. Today I'm working on my 65 Mustang Fastback. I bought a radiator, I bought a fuel tank, I bought brakes. What am I missing? Radiator, fuel tank, brakes. I guess that's it. So first things first, I'm gonna replace the fuel tank because you're not gonna believe this. He must have parked this car 33 years ago with a full tank of gas. Check this out. After that awesome burnout that y'all saw in the previous video, I pulled the car into the shop and I'm leaning up against the car, and all of a sudden I heard a very loud, like, tink sound. And I'm like looking around because it was pretty loud. And I couldn't figure out what made the noise. And I look underneath the car and the fuel tank is hanging partially down. And I'm like, wow. So I left the car in the garage. I come back the next day and there's this black ooze. Actually, it was probably a few days after I parked it. There was this black ooze coming out from underneath the car, as you can see here. And I look up underneath the car and there's this big black glob of tar coming out of the fuel tank. And I got to looking at the fuel tank, and the whole midway of the fuel tank is just rusted out and busting. And I guess it had one piece of rust holding it together, and it decided to let go, and that's what made the noise. So anyhow, let me see. I'm gonna replace the fuel tank first since it's making a terrible mess. So let's get started. I got the tank out, and I got to tell you, it's about the worst tank I've ever seen. Look at that. That is terrible. Now, in with the new tank. So I had to go out and buy some new fuel line in a roll, because that fuel line was a lost cause. I tried everything to get it blown out, and it's just filled with that black tar that was coming out of the fuel tank. So I've got a pipe bender. I'm gonna run this new line from the engine all the way to the fuel tank. There's a lot of bends in it, but it'll be fine. So let's get to work on this. Okay guys, the fuel line is installed, looking pretty good. Next I need to get a fuel pump, which they don't have one locally. Now the one place I know that they have it, they're closed today because today is a holiday. So tomorrow I'll get the new fuel pump and get it installed. But I have brakes now, so I'll go ahead and I'll do the rear brakes on the car and get them taken care of. So let's get started. The drum, it's up there, and then bam, it stops. It won't go on all the way, and it's because I installed brake shoes that are wider than what came off of it. Well, I'm done for the night, guys. I'll see you in a bit. So I've got both sides done. All I've got to do is install the drum brake, and then I can move on to the brake lines. So it's getting close, guys. It's getting close. Alright guys, I'm just going to talk about some of the comments that y'all have left me. I figured I'd answer some of the comments since there were so many of them, and y'all were telling me that I was using my tool wrong for these springs. You know, this tool, y'all say that this end over here is used for putting on there for the spring tool. It is not. If you notice, there is a piece on it that is used for rolling these springs off. See, you put this over that piece and you roll it, and it picks up on the spring, and you can twist it and pop it off. So that is used for that, not that. This is the tool used for this. Okay? So you press on it, twist it, and pull off, and the spring comes off. So that's my tech tip on the correct tools, not the wrong tools. This one's, well, you know, I'm just letting y'all know that. Another thing on the front brakes, y'all are saying I have the calipers on the wrong side. They don't need to be in the front, they need to be on the back. Well, the steering linkage is on the back. It will not allow that kit to be installed on the back. It is impossible, cannot be done. In fact, if you go to the CJ Pony Parts website, it shows them installing that kit on the front, not the back. And I also noticed that that kit that they were installing, the caliper was in the 2 o'clock position, whereas mine was in the 3 o'clock position. So that must have been an early kit, and they changed the kit. So I would love for CJ Pony Parts to send me the correct brackets to put on this car, because I mean, they obviously don't work, and I haven't heard from CJ Pony Parts even now, even though I put out the video. So you know, get in contact with me, guys. All you gotta do is send a thing in my email and I'll get it, and I'd love to talk to y'all. Anyhow, back to these brakes, guys. I just adjusted the star wheel to tighten up the brakes, and I'm gonna put the drums on. There we go. Perfect. All right, guys, let's move on to the brake lines.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Okay, now that the brakes are bled, I haven't tried it yet. Oh yeah, I need to put the cap on the master cylinder. So let me get this cap on, and then I'm going to hit the brakes for the first time. you know, where all 4 brakes are supposed to work. Now I might have to bleed it some more, but I'll give it a shot. Who knows? I might get lucky. All right, let's hit the brakes. I'm gonna have to bleed them again. I can pump them up and they're there. Now check for leaks. I hear a leak. I've got a leak. Where's that leak at? Try it again. Still got a leak. Well, at least I have some brakes. I've got a leak, guys. Alright, well, apparently one of the flares on one of those brake lines is, I did a poor job on it. So, I don't have time to fool with it today. So, I guess in the next video, guys, I'll be fixing that leak, installing the radiator, and I'm going to order me some wheels and tires for this thing this week. So maybe I can get some wheels and tires on it in the next video, get the brakes fixed, the radiator, and guys, that's going to be it's going to be ready to be driven. So if y'all like these videos, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more Mustang content. Remember, hit the notification bell so you can get alerts whenever I make a new video. And I guess that's it, guys. I got to get to John's. I'll catch y'all later.